Let's get this unplugged. Morning, Bubba. So I decided the snowblower is coming off because, as I mentioned in the last video, I can actually get more done with the box blade and, you know, whatever else. I don't know. I gotta tilt this back. Oh, this right hand door shock is such a lifesaver. That I thank Kenny D every single time I open that door. I don't know if he knows that or not. I don't know if you can see that side by side trekking out through the wilderness, but that's my wife heading up. You know, I should probably take a count on bales while I'm here. I mean, next week is March, but boy, my wife, she's a worrywart. She worries. Let's go check it out. I'll even take you guys with me. We gotta check for strings. No strings, eh? Got a pallet. 2, 4. What the heck is going on here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 bales left. I'd say we'll make it because we usually quit feeding around the middle of April anyway. It's funny, when it's just a little bit warmer, they don't eat as much. But let's get on up the road. I am sorry, I had to stop and text. No texting and operating, you know. It's actually a friend of mine in Wisconsin. Oh, God, geez, I got to tilt that bale down. I can't see a damn thing. And by the way, Pat, this is just for you. You told me you needed something to watch. I'll try to get this video up later. You know me. I don't do a ton of that fancy editing stuff. When I watch YouTube, I'm not looking for Hollywood quality stuff. I'm just looking for real life, man. I've given up. I took the snowblower off. I mean, yes, I understand. It's only a 3-point snowblower. It would take me 2 minutes to put it back on if they decided to call for some big snowstorm. This reminds me of, I think it was like 16, 17 that winter. It got just like this at the end of February. Everybody was in spring mode. Mother Nature burned us with, I think, Winter Storm Stella. I think we ended up here with like 44 inches out of that. The weatherman, local weatherman, says we are over 4 feet behind average. We can make most of that up in one storm. I've seen it happen several times in March in my life. So it can happen. My mind has already started thinking about subsoil in the potato field, getting fertilizer put down, and I think I'm going to subsoil it. Normally what happens in the potato field is my father-in-law will chisel plow because he still likes to play on the tractors. I mean, it's all he's ever known as being a farmer. He still likes to play, so he chisel plows, and then I let it sit for a couple days and dry out a little bit, and then I hit it with my discs, and then I usually till it. But I don't till it until no sooner than a couple of days before we're going to plant, which is typically around the 10th of May. So we got a long ways yet. We can plant, according to real potato farmers, we can plant up to 3 weeks before our last average frost, which is May 5th in this area. So that would be, give or take, around the 15th of April. We actually could put them in the ground. Our little valley is always one of the coldest spots. So when he says the average last frost in our viewing area for our news is May 5th, we always figure for us is probably closer to the 10th or 15th of May. And well, who knows? You can really get burned if you put them in that early, because we've had frost out. We've had frost and snow. Not a lot, but snow flurries on Memorial Day weekend. Oh boy, good grief. Sunny day. It's like 28 out, heading for a high of 38, but I don't need that much heat going right now because these windows, they kind of have a warming effect. My father-in-law gets real antsy if it gets nice too fast, too early. I've seen him chisel plow that in the middle of March. And I'm like, well, which is fine, don't get me wrong, because he's opened it up. It'll warm up faster, it'll dry faster. It actually works very well if we can do that. But he gets real antsy. He likes to play still on his tractors. So he gets extremely antsy if it's nice out and early. And I try to hold him back a little bit. Well, let's get in here, get the strings undone, and we'll go from there. Boy, this ground up here, well, it was, we had a low of 5.7 this morning early. It was 8 when I got up, but I actually slept in a little bit. We were watching a show on Hulu, and so we were up kind of late, my wife and I, but wind isn't blowing today. Yesterday was the high was 20. I think we only reached like 20, but yesterday, though, the wind was vicious. I think we had sustained winds of about 10, gusting up to 18 or 20. And so yesterday, this was actually empty yesterday, but we gave them an opportunity to clean the hay up, and they actually did a phenomenal job, these two. They're like vacuum cleaners. So this wasn't happening yesterday. That's my point. It was cold yesterday. But nice and toasty in here. when it's frozen like this, it's so rough with these small tractors. And it's funny, you know, over the years, you know, I've upgraded. Anybody that watches the channel or has been watched it from the beginning, I've upgraded a few times. I actually didn't start the channel until I had my 2025. Oh boy, one link out. So I never had really any footage with my 1023, but my point is, over the years, we've always, you know, we've continued to try to upgrade, make things better for us. And this tractor now handles everything up here so nice. You know, like I've said several times, you know, when I upgraded to this tractor, I honestly only thought I was upgrading for the deluxe cab, but boy, there's just so much more tractor. The front end loader is just so strong on this thing. You know, you can feel it in the breakout force. You can just all the way around, like on my. So here's the story of me with round bales. We started the round bales when I had the 2025, and we were making 4x4s, which are 500 to 600 pounds, because we keep them pretty tight. And you know, when I had a load, a round bale on that front end loader, the whole loader, you could see the whole loader swaying side to side. And and then we made the decision to start making 4x5s, and it got worse, you know, because those, now you're talking like an 800, you know, an 800, 750, 800 pound bale. So then I went to the 2038, and the only reason I went to that was I just always had a thing for that new 2038. But in all honesty, looking back, hindsight's always 20/20. I should have done this back then. The 2038 handled the bales no problem, but if you were out like in the fields when I was picking the bales up, you could still see the front end loader weaving back and forth, and I have yet to see that with this loader. You know, everybody's doing whatever they're doing with Hydros Plus and whatever to make these small tractors pick up as much as the tractor weighs, or darn near. And you know, there is some truth to the fact that if you need more lift capacity, you need to buy a bigger tractor, because the tractor's actually designed to carry that kind of weight. But with that said, I do believe that John Deere plays, I think their legal department has a little bit of say in things. I do believe John Deere keeps these loaders a little bit underrated. But just something as simple as bumping your hydraulic pressure by 250, 300 pounds will make a way bigger difference than you believe. On my 2025, it was way below spec. And the dealer came, you know, under warranty. I only had the tractor a couple months. And they came up and they adjusted it. And that was set at 2250, and I was only at 1900 before. So they only raised it 350 pounds. And I'm going to tell you, that made a huge difference with that tractor. Look at these piles. Well, maybe it's frozen, but see how that just kind of crumbles apart? Like, that's how fast this stuff actually breaks down. I've had comments about it. Round bales are so much waste and this and that, but none of this goes to waste. I scraped this right down to the gravel in here in the spring. You guys have seen me do it. in a couple of videos, and it all goes right down there, and you'd be amazed at how quickly that stuff turns into dirt. It always looks like a lot of hay when I'm cleaning this out, but believe it or not, there's a lot of manure in there too. Plus I scrape manure out of here, out of the barnyard, and this all goes into the pile, and then I turn it like every, if I think about it, I turn it about every month and a half, but I usually don't think about it. So I'm gonna tell you I turn it probably 3 times every summer, from spring till fall. So, but it's amazing how fast that actually turns itself into usable topsoil. Let's see what other trouble we can get into today. It isn't going to be tractor stuff because at the moment the ground is actually very, very hard, from Friday night yesterday and last night. So anyways, I got you a video to watch, Pat, so you got something to do later on today. I'll try to get this up later, so take care. Thanks for watching. Again, thanks for my subscribers, and thank you for people that watch it that aren't subscribed. If you think of it, give it a thumbs up, share it, or hit subscribe. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.